Welcome back. Yes, resume playing from this save game. That's right. I'm trying to remember where we were. We are now in the lower deck cargo hold. Lady with whip is very quick to arrest the flight attendant, which obviously it's not going to be her. It's never going to be the person we immediately arrest. That would defeat the purpose. It's so big. Yeah, how big is this plane? Ah, okay. That answers that. This plane is a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and extra luxurious first-class seating. So is this the real scene of the murder? There's certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct? Well, I already see the gap in the suitcases. Anything else? I don't know if I should be concerned about the highly flammable. Oh, and that's open. Let's see. First things first, we have this. It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fare. There must be all the leftovers that they couldn't sell, the ones the company is planning to dispose of after the plan is over. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy. Why not purchase one? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness. If you think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see. 1,200! I think I'll pass. Yeah. Although it definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments. So, if the person died here... Yeah, where would the glass fragments have? Because if the crime happened here, then the suitcase would end up in the broken glass. But she wouldn't have come back here. I don't know. Unless I'm misremembering. This is a new week, so... Massive bed sheets? Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. This sure brings back memories when I worked as a part-time mover. With the looks in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. This thing being open is weird. What's with the suitcase? It's what the victim checked in. So the suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we took a closer look. Nothing out of the ordinary. I think it's less of what's out of the ordinary, more what's missing. Oh, never mind. A file. Photo of Miss Von Karma. Interesting. Why would Mr. Hicks have a file on her? All sorts of boxes are piled up here. This one says flammable, and this one it says pharmaceuticals. This one says for exorcism use only. Just what kind of operation is this airline running? Where is this one? Actually. These two... Oh wait, the victim's glasses. Okay. I was thinking the broken glass was from the case that the cat thing came out of. You and you. I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses, and the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses lens. Ergo, the victim was here just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. It was this file. Do you have anything to say? You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? You immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. Why at this airport? I've been following a very large and involved governmental-level international crime, but it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Interesting. Interpol is involved. It's a top-secret operation, so I really can't tell you anything more than I already have. So does that connect with this thing? Were they meeting? Okay, they connect. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have a document profiling Franziska? Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir. Franziska said she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Maybe Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her. Yeah. I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, Interpol agent Hicks. I think Franziska has some explaining to do. Okay. Truth behind Hicks. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense, what are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks, isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent, then? Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trial of a very large international smuggling ring. Okay. He went undercover to investigate this crime, and it was I who put him on the case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we now have a pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. Poor Gumshoe. Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason, of that I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Franziska, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation? No, unfortunately I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see. But this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and enter the cargo hold with that person who let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases, and they entered the elevator while they were riding it up. The plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks his body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. It explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Investigation complete. I am genius. I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at that stage. What, really, sir? I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer could be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenero. I mean, it could be either her or the, what's her name? The hot girl. It's gonna be the hot girl. It always has to be the hot girl. Sad. I'm gonna have to arrest her and then put her in my Hall of Waifu. If it was a crew member and one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold, But the point to keep in mind is the key card that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tenero. Well, in the flashback, they didn't take the elevator. They took the stairs, and then they rode the elevator up. Do you need the key card to go back up? I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. Let's see. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. I agree with that part. But the point to keep in mind is the key card that allows the elevator to come down here.
Hold it!
But it's highly likely that the key card was stolen from Mr.
Objection!
It's highly likely. Is that possibility the best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father, says the one rushing to, Or did I get that wrong? Is that why I'm getting whipped? I don't have any evidence, be quiet, you're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenero, you know. It's not just the key card that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon, the Captain Ugo piggy bank? Yes, she is also the only person with a key to open the display case. Yeah, but didn't we already decide that that's not how he would died from? Especially if he was killed here, because he would have died here. Then the turbulence patch would have broken the thing. Oh wait, no, that's right. She's claiming that the person opened the thing, killed him, put it back, and then it broke out. But then that wouldn't explain how it would get back to the victim. Can I... Yeah.
Hold it!
If that is a fake. Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. What should be examined further? The body? I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes, we don't even have the autopsy result yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon? Scruffy! Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks's autopsy. Eek, yes, sir. We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know this one thing for sure. Report now. The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. Shoulder to mid-back. That is a lot. Well, we thought it was like a blunt to the head. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back, he was beaten over such a wide area. Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir. Scruffy, what is had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean? Well, that's, you're gonna get whipped. Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective? Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless. Yeah. Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there. No, you remove yourself from my way. What is all that racket? No, this dude. My luggage, my cargo, they're mine, and I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience. I suppose there is no choice. Finally, I think he gave... Hey! What are you? You have left me no choice but to use strong force. You won't get past them. This is... Wait, oh, do I think he fell? That's it, so that's what this whole thing has been about. Oh, is there no actual murderer? He came down to investigate and then the... Oh no, but the turbulence happened when he was in the, when he was in the suitcase already. Furthermore, there is the matter of the key to the display case that held the murderer's bank. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. Yeah, there's no weapon because he fell. The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. This isn't the cause. Oh wait, but this is to prove that it isn't the murder weapon. Okay, so the cause of death isn't the piggy bank. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. So a sizable weapon. A sizable weapon couldn't be found. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning, because normally it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Franziska. What? What do you want? I found it, Franziska. I found the real murder weapon. You did? He really jumped. We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be here and we're just ignoring him. There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. This coming from a prosecutor with the habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence. You two aren't listening at all, are you? Come on then, show me this real murder weapon. None of my evidence pieces show it. I don't have evidence to show because there is no weapon, it's here. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as, that which caused Agent Hicks's death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I have figured out what the real cause of death was. Freefall. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. He fell to his death? Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on his back, the back of his head, and his back. Now the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane from which you... Really? Did you not just watch Home Dude Fall? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then... We're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sir. Hey, you tell me you aren't dead, pal. Quiet, why are you screaming? He's alive. And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true. Oh, I guess if he went down the stairs. I'm trying to think. No, because if he went down the stairs, it'd be more than just his back. He'd be bruised like all over. I suppose it's true that it's not possible given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time, what would have happened? He would have been a Borginian pancake for sure. I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing, but the reality is that cargo box is there, so there's no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there. As if it could have been a window of time. Oh wait, yeah, because didn't we stop somewhere? There was, yeah. What can I use to show that it's possible the box is not always there? Refueling. Transfer cargo and refuel.
Take that!
You refueled in the Republic of Zhangfe. Yes, this flight had a short layover and in order to refuel, but that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. It's labeled Zhangfa Express, correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zhangfa. So he died during the layover. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhangfa leg of the flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. But your theory is still very far-fetched. It'll allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. A piece of cargo in more detail. So, let's examine the large cargo then. This is a rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. A Lif red statue, never heard of it. Nor I, but all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime. So let's get investigating, sir. LeBlanc. Oh, is this his stuff? Look here, do not go about touching my possessions without my permission. Ack, don't rush up on me like that, pal. So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. No, him. LeBlanc's cargo. I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc? Of course it is mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. It's worth 10 million cents. No, maybe much, much more. Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold. 10 million cents? I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of doodles that makes, Detective. Darn, how did you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year. Though I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun, I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place. So that 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars? Does it really make a difference to our case? There is a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer. Well, if he was here studying like a smuggling hold, what if this dude is the smuggler? Let's see. Back out of this. Bring up my cue. Yeah. Smuggling. Valuable piece of art. Connect. If Mr. LeBlanc had something to do with the smuggling ring, then it's possible his fake statue was brought on board in Zhangfa. I think I need to question him a bit further. Okay, back to you, buddy. Fake statue. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake. What? How dare you say my art is fake? I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring. Don't say such fantastical things, those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here. Do you mean the cargo certification document? Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. I can't read this, what does it say? It says, as plain as day, the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe. And there you have it, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, too bad for you. The statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in the certificate. No, that's... which means that there never was a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting here. Unless it's fake. Because if you, let's say, Home Do... well, no, but then there would still be the real one here. I was gonna say, like, if the real one was here, but then they took it off and replaced it with the fake one, but... I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself. I guess he could also be lying about what it says. Then you can have your wish, look at it yourself, and see I am right. Yeah, Home Dude had a photo of this. This is the Aleph Red. It gives off such a feeling of art, I can practically smell it. The statue has a high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at a museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it. I believe a closer look is warranted here. Before I do... can I make this? Yeah. Okay, well, first thing is the red eyes. Because the statue here is yellow. Anything else off? Somewhat smile, left tooth up, right tooth down. Wait, did it have 4 teeth? Yeah, it's just kind of hard to tell from this angle. Okay, but the big thing is the eye color. So this is the infamous Aleph Red statue. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. The eyes. Are these eyes made of some sort of gem? It's a real nice shade of orange. For a second I couldn't even tell they were jewels. Oh, but they kind of remind me of the eyes of this stray cat that lived near my house. Are the eyes supposed to be this color? Is it possible the statue is a fake? Deduce. Yes.
Eureka!
These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do, but it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in that field, spinning with my arms until I fell ill. I don't care about sunsets, focus detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Ah, sir, they're red. As I thought, this statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc, what do you want? Do you not know I am a busy man? I allow you 2 seconds for your answer. The Aleph Reef, I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not? It is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago. Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is going to be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but what is that? Sympathy for what? You'll see, I'd like you to compare the eyes. That large fellow there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you. I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo. Why the sudden yelling now that... oh. It is a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe. Yeah! Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake. A fake? Now the question is, does Home Dude know it's a fake? I believe that even further examination will be required. Now that we have confirmed that this is indeed a fake, there must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Gen 5. And I will present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. I don't know where to... Oh god, I haven't... Oh my god. I saw the arrow, like, okay, so there's more down here. Oh, it's on top of this thing. Yeah, because if this thing came in later, it wouldn't be able to be on top. What's this? The statue looks like it's stepping all over its neighbor's cloth cover. It kind of resembles its owner's attitude in a sense, ho-ho. You, what did you say now? Further, my clothing's hem is not being stepped on by anyone. It is too expensive for me to allow that to happen. Please forgive the trespass of my subordinate. Why should I forgive it if this dress passes? Unless it is an expensive dress, you keep it. Yeah, so this thing. Is the spot somehow connected? Oh, I don't think I have anything to connect it to, though. Not that.
Eureka!
Yeah, no. So just this, yeah, how do I... What do I... Ow. If he's confident, that means we're off course. Alright, let's back out. How do I... Can I not back out of this? Shit. Let's do this again. Yeah, this because this would show that it was. There's clearly a contradiction here. What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of cargo cover getting stuck under another piece of cargo. Ah, that's not possible. But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zhangfa, there is no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe. Which means this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhangfa. But then what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There's only one reason why, to secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. We could have just as easily inspected all of the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true, however you have it backwards, Francisca. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed, but he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport, it would have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have had no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there was someone involved who was forging or modifying cargo certificates. Yay! I guess the victim knew the real version of this was going to get nabbed. Yes, while this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold. A rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zhangfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhangfa leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer, move the statue immediately. I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath now. Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the Aleph red statue out of the way, we tested the area underneath it with luminol, and there was a reaction. Yeah. Blood in that spot. Can we stop looking at it now, sirs? It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. Culprit cleaned the blood up well. Which is the cloth. How did the killer clean up the blood? Right there.
Take that!
The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see they had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhangfa. Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zhangfa. There's no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder, but if that's true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before we landed in Zhangfa, this becomes highly suspect. Not hers. I don't remember what her testimony was. So he said that Home Dude went down at 6, but his time was off, so his is right. I think. I don't remember what hers. What was his? The time referenced by Mr. LeBlanc in his testimonies are inaccurate. However, I believe the actual body of his testimony is fairly reliable. What are you splitting on about there? Hurry up with your answer. Okay, so not him. So it's Miss Melee. I don't remember what Miss Melee's statement was. No, fuck! I hit enter too quickly. That we agree. Yeah. I'll take more damage. Alright, not hit enter this time, it's gonna pop up. There we go, Miss Melee. Recall Miss Melee's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Zhangfa. I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 AM, you know. She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but that totally contradicts the facts, sir. But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Melee herself. To be continued. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Save. That is where we are going to stop for now. We will resume this next time. Bye-bye.